Hello, friends. I am Carly Morgan from Family Tree Notebooks, and I am coordinating a class virtually for GRIP this summer. So if you are around in June, I would love it if you could join us for this virtual class. So the class is called Inclusive Genealogy, Navigating Complex Family Trees, and it's really a class about parentage. In genealogy, I think a lot of the systems that we use and the examples that we're used to seeing deal with you've got a child and then they have two parents. And each of those parents has two parents and the tree goes up like that. Now, that is just not how all families work, and every family tree has at least one person, if not many, many more, where maybe they have one parent and the other parent was just never identified. Or there's the parents, but then there's also step parents. Or maybe the person is adopted, and so there's a different set of parents. And the thing is, we don't want to ignore those histories. We don't want to force them to fit into some, stencil of genealogy where, okay, well, you didn't fit nicely, so we're going to bend your information, or we're just going to leave people out, or anything like that. That's what we're going to be talking about in this class. How do you handle complexities that we run into all the time, like step parents, like adoption, like illegitimacy? And we're also going to be tackling some more specific complexities that can come up that, we just don't talk about a lot, like what to do if you've got family members who are enslaved and then that affects their parentage. Either, how do you track the parents of enslaved children? How do you put an enslaver who is a biological parent, how do you put that into your family history? Like, what are the options there? How do you prove it? And then also, how do you, treat it when you're storytelling? We're also going to tackle some of the complexities that have come up more recently. They're not things that, well, they're not all things that never existed, but they're things that we're talking about a lot more. LGBTQ families. What do you do if you've got transgender parents? If a parent starts out one gender in a child's life and then later in their life the parent is a different gender, how does that affect the record keeping? How does that affect the documents and the storytelling and the proof that you need as a genealogist? We're also going to be talking about genetic donors. Now that's different than children who are born illegitimately. In history, genetic donation is now possible through science, where people are having children purposefully with the help of genetic donation. So this child has two parents, but then they also have one or two other people who were involved and who, on a DNA test, they're going to show a strong connection to. How do you handle that in your family tree? How do you organize it? How do you storytell? These are all things that, like I said, everybody runs into some of this stuff. And other things like enslaved children, enslaved people, polygamy, we're also going to be talking about. These might be things that you're not going to run into in your family tree directly. But one, you never know. And two, understanding those situations and thinking creatively about, well, how do I research this and how do I storytell this? That is going to make us all better genealogists. And it's important to start thinking creatively, because that's going to help us give the most accurate histories and do the most accurate work, telling the whole story. Because we could do extra dry, extra boring genealogy where it's just, this person is the father of this person and their father was named this and their father was named this. But putting the meat on the bones, adding in extra details, that really involves understanding the relationships between these people and putting in information about the relationship, the real relationship, not a relationship that just stops at biology. That's an important part of family history, and it's part of what we're doing. And if we're going to do it right, we need to know about it. So anyway, registration is finally open, and I believe that there are seats left, and I would really love to see you. GRIP Virtual is going to be a week of all-day classes, Monday through Friday, and it's a relatively small class. So we're going to be able to have a lot of chance for conversation, getting to know each other, lots of Q&A, and I have a wonderful faculty roster of people who are going to come in and talk to us about a lot of these topics, and then I'll be doing the rest. So if you're available, I'd love to see you.